Welcome to a vibrant sun-kissed Basel, the capital cultural city of Switzerland, positioned on the Rhine River where the French, German and Swiss borders meet. Basel's beautiful medieval old town centre around Marktplatz is dominated by the town hall and Gothic cathedral. Its efficient transport system, the Rhine and its Mediterranean climate make a restful spot. If you fancy picking up the pace, make your way down to St. Jakobshalle. Hello, I'm Paul Hand and a very warm welcome, badminton fans, to the 25th edition of the Total BWF Badminton World Championships. As always, competitors coming from all over the world to contest this coveted event. 359 athletes starting out from 49 nations. Top flight shuttlers showcasing their skills on quarter-finals day of the Total BWF World Championships, with 5 knockout draws running all the way to Sunday's climatic finals. We're commentating on 20 quarter-final matches today for you, unfolding across 2 courts. Our spotlight lasering down on the 10 show court 1 matches. A rich and varied order of play on quarterfinals Friday. First up, it's mixed doubles. Japanese-Malaysian clash featuring 3rd seeds Watanabe and Higashino taking on the 5th seeds and Olympic silver medalist Chan and Go. Second on show court 1, top 20 men's singles clash. Reigning world champion Momoto attempts to stave off Malaysian young gun Lee Ji-ja. He's prowling with intent because yesterday he edged past Japan's Nishimoto. Then a top 5 women's singles clash of the titans in a repeat of December's HSBC BWF World Tour finals. Tai Tzu Ying keen to avenge that stinging defeat to PV Sindhu. Chinese women's doubles next-gen team Du and Lee take on for the 4th time this year reigning Olympic champions Matsutomo and Takahashi. And then our 5th match, an all-Japanese men's doubles dust-up featuring last year's World Doubles Championship silver medalists Kimura and Sonoda. And plenty more thereafter as well. In our second session, which starts at 5 p.m. local time, or not before. Ratchanok Intanong Shi survived a tough one yesterday. We've also got the All England Open winners in Asan and Setyawan, using all their experience in the men's doubles. Also Li and Liu in men's doubles as well, the 2nd seed. So plenty for you on that generous order of play. So who is going to reach the semi-finals of their respective events? There's Watanabe and Higashino on the left of that graphic against Chan and Go. A Japanese-Malaysian clash, this one. And this from the 2nd quarter of the draw. These 2 teams, very familiar foes. This is their 7th meeting in the overall head-to-head series. 3rd seeds in your picture right now, all in red from Japan, Higashino and Watanabe, against the Malaysians Chan and Go. Let's see what we can glean from the coin toss.
Okay. Your choice, black or red? Red for you. Black. That side, yeah. Service. Go service. Return receive. Okay.
So the Malaysians won the toss, electing to serve. There is Chan Punsun, 5'9", 31-year-old. Generous crowding today. Yuta Watanabe, a 22-year-old from Tokyo, born and bred, off that career-high ranking. They've played 38 matches this year, these 2. They've won 27 of them, only lost 11. And, well, they sped into the top 10 in September 2018, winning the All England Open, beating all expectations. There's Arisa Higashino, just a year older, and a very strong player on court from Hokkaido in Japan. It's been a pretty good year for them, though they do lack any World Championship silverware. But they're very strong contenders, having won 3 titles this year. This is their route through Fairly straightforward against the Adcocks, the 11th seeds, but their toughest match was in that second round clash against Rivalvi and Mentari from Indonesia. Over an hour they needed to wriggle through that one. There was a pirouette from WATANABE in there, an amazing backhand at one stage. He is a dynamic athlete. We take a look at their opponents. Chan Pun Sun, 5'9", 31 years old, from Penang. Have been as high as 3 in the world, but they're playing off a ranking of 5th in the world. He is lightning. It's been another very solid year of results for the experienced Olympic silver medalists from Rio 2016, 2 titles. Go Liu Ying, his partner, just a year younger, from Malacca. Yeah, 2 titles, 4 semi-final showings for them this season, 5 quarter-finals as well. They started the year brightly, winning the Thai Masters, and then twice in a row. One in Auckland as well. That's their route through. As you can see, tested the whole way. Beat a pair of Canadians, that was interesting in their opener, and then a pair of Japanese. Paul Hand alongside Steen Pedersen. Steen, should be an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. Head-to-head in favor of the Malaysians, but it's normally very even between these 2 pairs.
Both among the few pairs that have beaten Zhang and Huang up above on the draw sheet, the top seeds, who are projected to meet the winners of this one if they can get past Seo and Chai from Korea. That's going to be a tough ask for the top seeds, but they've been on form all year and are the pair very much to beat in this event. But as I say, both of these teams have done so once, not twice. That's never happened to the top seeds. They normally tame opponents that have beaten them once on the second time round. So what of this one then? A little bit of shadow badminton for Go Liu Ying. She needs to be alert at the net. She knows that. Keen to get out of the blocks quickly, as of course are these 2.
On my right, HIGASHINO, Yuta Watanabe, Japan. And on my left, Chan Peng Sun, Go Liu Ying, Malaysia.
World number 3s against the world number 5s in this mixed doubles. First quarter-final of the day on show court 1.
To Arisa Higashino. Level. Play. Service over. 1 love.
Great interception by Go there.
Well, if that's anything to go by, we're in for an absolute belter.
One all.
These 2 Malaysians leading the head-to-head series 4-2. They won the last showing in the Japan Open in July. Oh, they are wired, aren't they?
2-1.
Yeah, I saw that match in Japan, and as always for the Malaysians, it's really important for them that Go Liu Ying plays well on the front court. I would like to see a challenge there. Here it comes from Chan Peng Sun. Not totally certain that it's in, that it's out, but definitely worth.
She was pretty sprightly, wasn't she, getting up to that flick serve there. A lot of energy from Higashino. Saw it quickly. Found it.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 2 all. Play.
Excellent smash by Chan Peng-soon. And if they can get the attack, the Malaysians, and set Chan Peng-soon up, he's a really agile player, works really hard, moves well from side to side on the back court. The problem is that his services are often a little bit shaky. And on the other side, we have perhaps the fastest moving mixed doubles in the world. If you look at them as a pair, Arisa Higashino here in the picture, extremely fast on her feet, as is her partner Yuta Watanabe. Sometimes you feel that they're a little bit too fast for themselves, even.
Yeah, all four of them are super lithe, aren't they? And just deadly quick.
Well played. Great service return by Higashino, getting it away from Go and getting it below the tape. Patient play from Watanabe. Oh, deflected by the net court.
Well, that always gives you good indication, Steen, doesn't it, of just how wired they are. When that was a big deflection off the top of the tape, and Go Liu Ying was wise to it. So, on it.
Yeah, and it's the small margins. If it hits the top of the tape a little bit softer, then it will drop over unreturnable. Once again, the service return towards the mid-court area and the backhand side of the Malaysians.
4-5.
Two different conditions from when they played in the Musashino Forest Sports Plaza in Japan, the Olympic venue for 2020, but also the venue for the Japan Open. This hole perhaps plays a little bit faster. Well played.
Yeah, the Malaysians coming through in Japan, 21-18, 22-20, so very, very close games. Not a lot between these two on seedings, rankings, anything. Just 2 spots.
And the Japanese pair, Watanabe and Higashino, they'd won the 2 previous to the Japan Open. What a fantastic save there. It was a little nonchalant, Chan Peng-soon, but got away with it.
That was just mesmerizing how quick Watanabe was in defense there. It was just quite something.
And it's like...
And then when he had time, he kind of blew it, didn't he?
You think you won it, and then you suddenly look at the other side, and it's Yuta Watanabe that's there, so you haven't won it.
And then just over-pressing on the relatively easy shot.
Well, he couldn't actually do much more than that. We could see there, Chan Peng-soon, he was so close to the net. That was actually the best he could do, a block like that. It just shows that sometimes we tend to overinterpret what's happening on court.
Well, he is powerful, isn't he? Chan Peng-soon through that sort of mid-court as well, pushing up nicely, stealing time away from the Japanese team. 4 in a row then for the Malaysians, and they've got Lady Luck on their side as well. That's gone too, just over pressing again. Almost looks over keen. Six points in a row take the Malaysians to the mid-game interval with the upper hand. Dictatorial from the offing, the Olympic Games silver medalists. 11-4 they lead.
Coach for the independent players, Chen Peng-sun and Goh Liu-ying, is Chu Chun-eng. With us yesterday, you would have seen that he also coached Goh Wei-shem and Tan Wei-kyung in the men's doubles, also independent players now not practicing with the Malaysian national team, the 2 Olympic silver pairings. And there's also a Malaysian coach on the other side, that's Jeremy Gant, the mixed doubles head coach, along with the coach of the Japanese team of Watanabe and Higashino. They play for Unisys back home in Japan. It's the former international player Yu Hirayama. What a fantastic start to the match for Goh and Chen.
Question: why do we get all these sort of fractions of different breakaway camps? Why don't they all stay under the unified sort of federation?
Yeah, that's.
Or is it quite political and delicate?
I think there's several answers. Different persons. They've reached a reasonably high age. Goh and Chen and.
Seen and heard it all before, sort of thing?
Maybe they're not agreeing to the way they are being made to practice, wants more freedom, wants to decide on their practice, or have a bigger say on their practice themselves.
Does that go as far as scheduling as well?
Scheduling, and in Malaysia, I'm not sure they stay in a closed camp, but I think they do in China. So when you get towards the 30-year mark, you're not satisfied staying in a college-like
campus arrangement. Almost, yeah. Well, Chan was quick here. Look at this response. Excellent backhand cross block.
But they've been totally off so far, Higashino and Watanabe. I'm wondering if Watanabe is fully fit. I haven't really seen him use what I would deem to be full power. He's not the hardest of smashers, Watanabe, but we've seen him play his drop shot an unusual high percentage in his overhead shots. I saw the men's doubles 2 days ago when he and Hiroyuki Endo
lost to Lansfors, and
yes, they did, and
it's fascinating.
They've twice beaten Sukamuljo and Gideon this year, thrashed them in the Asia Badminton Championships, and he looked totally off in that match, Watanabe, and he hasn't looked good here either. But it could also be nerves.
Yeah,
This is a medal match.
Over-trying, absolutely. And I mean, I think, you know, it's interesting what you're saying, because there's no sign of hampering or impediment down below. He's moving like an absolute rocket, isn't he? But as you say, maybe slightly tight in the shoulder or something going on up there.
Yeah, and quarterfinals is a difficult stage to play, because, I mean, if you win, you're certain of a medal. Many countries have incentives for medals. I don't know if that's the case in Japan. That's a very nice deception there. He was on the totally opposite side of the court.
Little moment of magic here from Arisa Higashino.
He holds it a little bit there.
Holds you to Watanabe. Look at that. Yeah, gorgeous. Bus ride away from that one, or tram ride in Basel. More poignant.
Yeah, there's a lot of tram rides in the city here.
They sort of hammer past the hotel, don't they? Earthquake-like, shaking the local hotels with their weight. Well, Go so proactive so far. Just that one will be chalked up as an unforced error.
They've got to be careful now, the Malaysians, that they don't take it too lightly. I think they're going to win this game, but we'll pretty much be looking to win it convincingly in order to not give your opponents any hope. We saw yesterday Anders Antonsen, he was leading 14-2 in the first game against Kanta Suneyama. Still had to use extra points to win it. Had he lost that, who knows what might have happened. Went on to win the match. Anders Antonsen playing Chen Long in the last match of the day.
He'll need all he's got there, that's for sure.
She's made 3 errors in a row now, Go Liu Ying, and it sometimes tends to get to her.
It's a handful of points for the Japanese in a row as well. She's got to get it together.
Very hard on herself when she's committing errors. But she's creating so many winners, so she should be allowed some errors as well. Playing soft shots.
Good lead from Champun Sun.
17-11.
And you sense that was an important point, Steen, given that they'd lost their way momentarily, the Malaysians.
Yeah, 6-point lead here at 17. That's still really good. Had it been 16-12, then you would start thinking about it. Excellent.
Good play. There's the signature Watanabe drop. He loves that one. And so did the crowd, responding to a moment of brilliance from Watanabe.
But he's moving way too far back, Chen Ping-sun. He hasn't got that big a smash, Watanabe. He's got to come closer to the net in the defense.
Twelve, 17.
She's found it.
Yeah.
And suddenly this game doesn't look quite as lopsided. They were 11-4 down at the turn, 16-5 down. But this is a really resurgent passage of play from them.
I don't know what Chen Ping-sun was thinking there. He was sort of covering in the same side where Go Liu Ying was smashing from, so it was impossible for her to come forward, and one side was totally open. Maybe it was Go who smashed outside of the agreements.
Chan was dictatorial and assured there. This was a big point. Really got hold of that.
It was a dangerous shot because had she gotten it over Arisa Higashino, it would have been an outright winner. There's a jump smash, the signature for her. Yeah, Go is starting to pick up on Watanabe, always playing the drop shot on the first opportunity. Landed in.
Fourteen, 18.
That is bullying.
Fantastic play, and it's Go challenging at the net.
19-14.
Such good pressure from the mid-court from him. Doing well to stay on top of their attacks, the Malaysians, at this stage.
Service over. 15-19.
There's no power in the smash from Watanabe.
Yeah, it looks a little bit toothless, doesn't it, compared to when Chan gets hold of one.
The thing he could do is he could also vary his drop shots and smash. He could vary it with a clear.
Oh, nice play. Well, he heard Justine, didn't he? He did play a clear in there, Watanabe. Just to mix it up a little. Yeah, there was one. Yeah. Long rally, 26 shots. Yeah, earlier in the rally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was...
I missed that.
Quick.
16-20.
Well, that'll surely go down as a positive miss, although we, you know, hate to see it, and she'll be pained by it. But they've got 4 game points. Chan and Go. Better. Yeah. An injection of pace from Watanabe that time. Just enough to get it done. Still afloat in this opener. An opener that initially looked very lopsided in favour of the blue team.
Well placed in the middle.
This is getting interesting. Well, with what's unfolded with Go at the net with a few unforced errors, and
but see how
have doubt in her mind.
Look at her body language. Look how much it gets to her that she made that one mistake there. I think it adds to it that they've lost a big part of their lead, but it takes way too long time before she gets over it. She's a mixed doubles player, specialist on the front court. She's bound to make mistakes, but she's making so many good things.
Well, in the end, Chan Pung-soon and Goh Liu-ying find a way in what was perilously close. They come through 21 points to 18 after 23 minutes played.
Good position, only hard, no good position, keep. I think this service block or zero, block or zero. This only give weight, second shot. Cannot full. Sometimes full okay, but give weight always. Okay? Play the give only top, like play box. Okay?
你今天有上的时候拿杀你就好了，就他几粒了，你要转一下，然后避那你的子弹。你刚才转没有转，但是顺着上面节奏，从全部开始过0比0，他说从左右那个精力 ，OK。
你像我现在过了你就是不是过了刚好在还在就开从一直从旁边之前就开，你要不要把它节奏所以如果是
你跟的话，你抢一个网没问题啊。
就你站着，如果你可以，不能你给我来，我
对，
挑，
不能我们挑
可以防了，我们
再转吗？
不是啊，因为他在打一倍的话，他就一直放那边，就是我们主动跑，我们再来被动，主动再来被动，你偶尔是要转来一排不要给他。
他是讲真手那排，得说真手那排，
他这种他不是上来，
他平的。可是我讲，你中到点的时候压中间，压中间，压对了，压中间你这样可以。
Well, still deep in discussion, the Malaysian camp. And I sense as an athlete, you have to have that sort of sporting amnesia, be able to put those sort of situations behind you. But Goh Liu, very much wrapped up in her own thoughts there, Steen, which is impeding them a little.
Yeah, and it's difficult because sometimes you really need to do something about it. But here it was just exactly as you say, Paul. A mistake that you have to shrug off and say, we're still playing a good game, we're just about to win the first.
One love.
So we're learning that Chu Chuning urged Goh Liu-ying to be more net bound, so to speak, intercept a bit more, and I think it's correct. That's where she's got to be. She's got to set it up for Chan Pung-soon, and maybe I'm overinterpreting it a little bit because I would like her to move closer to the net as well when Watanabe is having an attacking opportunity and sort of challenge him to play the smashes. That means Goh should cover the drop shots and challenge Higashino in those situations. Well, a little bit of luck there for Higashino.
Well, with such an emphatic lead in that opening game, what was 16 points to 5 for the Malaysians, the Japanese, either way, will be really sort of buoyed by what happened there. Take a lot of confidence from that.
Yeah, but can you tell from looking at the two pairs who's won the first game? I can't.
No.
I would actually more or less think that the Japanese won it from the body language of the Malaysians.
3-2.
Well, that was brilliant. And what was brilliant, Steen, I'm sure you'll concur, is that Go, when Watanabe was smashing, didn't back off too far from the net, and she could really sort of intercept nicely there and change the complexion of the point quickly. Look at her court position.
That was great defense by Chan.
He's been on it throughout, hasn't he?
I'm starting to question myself and change my mind. I normally do that a number of times in matches, you might have noticed, Paul. But I don't know with the shoulder of Watanabe whether it was just tactical that he started out playing a number of drop shots to the Malaysians when he had the attacking possibility.
Go right back on it now. That was very proactive, hunting the shuttle down high at the net. And rushing the two Japanese in doing so. She's her own worst critic, but very effective when she's on.
Good block.
A wins from Chan Pun-sun, who felt he should have made that.
Good interception by Higashino.
6-5.
Oi, sitting defense, but put it long. First Go Liu Ying in some kind of women's singles defense, and then Chan Peng-sun from the floor. Here's the singles defense. Nicely played.
Almost looked meditative there, didn't he, with his legs crossed? Finding his chakras. Chewing gum there, the coach, rather like a football manager.
7-5. Service over. 6-7.
It's good that he's added Watanabe, even though he didn't get it over. But being close to getting it over is the thought of things that puts mental pressure on your opponents. Means you might overdo it later on in the match. Excellent.
No lacking power there, mate. He was really rifling that, wasn't he?
And
It's
first the
interesting,
forehand smash and then the smash to the left hip of Go Liu Ying. Very efficient. She was waiting in the forehand again.
But you and I are a little perplexed about why he doesn't get that big gun out more often.
Yeah, both yes and no, because it's not that big. So he can easily run into some counter-attacking. Here the chances are made big enough.
Nine, 6.
But yeah, the amount of drop shots that he suddenly played in the first game, that was surprising to me, and equally surprising that the Malaysians didn't move in on it.
Oh, that's big.
It's played on Japanese conditions at the moment, the game. Go is not at all playing a role on the front court.
10-6.
Brilliant play by Higashino and Watanabe.
It's interesting when you're looking at the body language between the two teams, and these two look threatened, not challenged. The Japanese look challenged. The mindset just looks scared from the team in blue a little. That was better, that was positive, but you know what I mean? Particularly Go, she just looks a little concerned and uptight rather than just letting it go and enjoying the moment and doing the best you can. You're absolutely right. I think she is particularly hard on herself. Such a good player.
Yuta Watanabe challenges called in.
Well, they thought this was just wide or perhaps a little short. Let's find out.
I think they thought it was wide. This is where Hawkeye has to be sharp.
Now, will they come back to resume prior to the mid-game interval if it was called out? Or will the call stand? They were right. Good challenge. Yeah. Well done.
Correction, out. Service over. 11-7, interval.
So the Japanese 11-7 to the good this time, in contrast to the opening turn where they were trailing 11-4. Things really looking up for these two.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Must be so hard as a coach to kind of get it right. Dealing with delicate temperaments.
7.
Trying desperately to get the very best out of your charges.
Challenges by Watanabe and Higashino. They dare play around the head of Go Liu-ying. I wonder whether it's a good idea long term though. Ooh. Important rally.
Another brilliant spellbinding rally from both teams there.
The Malaysians needed that one to try and sort of change the momentum, which so far in the second game has been with Watanabe and Higashino.
Stealthy and very effective from Watanabe.
Yeah, they're having trouble covering that corner there. Mid-court area in the backhand side, just behind the first white service line. Excellent play by Watanabe. Difficult from our position to see how high that was, but I think it was a good idea that Go should duck. actually fell quite low, just around tape level, and I think he was trying to cross it. Watanabe.
Now you do sense the Malaysians just trying to claw back this deficit on the scoreboard. Now, I'm not the only one that's curious as to how she's going to respond to that.
They've definitely done well, Higashino and Watanabe, in challenging Go. She's been made to work for the points, and while she's doing that, mistakes creep in.
Reading the plays nicely. Well, in contrast to the opening game then, it's the Japanese with all the momentum and initiative right now. 6-point lead.
Great save. There is the corner.
Well, a collective sigh of frustration from their fans in the crowd after Watanabe, having built the point so beautifully, just got that one a little bit wrong. He's normally terrific with the slice and reverse slice.
Good service return again from Watanabe. Fantastic rally.
Oh, and in the end, Go yields. The Watanabe fist pumping. Psychologically, they knew that that's going to be a stinger to their opponents in losing it. 53-shot rally it was. Brilliant badminton all round. Multiple terrific saves, both sides of the net. Good reaction from the team in red.
Players on court.
53-shot rally. Generous crowd in today as we're heading towards the sharp end of this event. Of course, the finals on Sunday, semi-final Saturday tomorrow. It's all bubbling up nicely here, playing for the spoils.
Part of what the solution might be for the Malaysians, that Go is challenging on the drop shots here. They've simply got to get on the attack, the Malaysians. If they don't get on the attack, they're going to lose this match. Very nice play by Higashino there as well at the net.
Play.
It's been a blur, a frenzy of red right now. The Japanese all over this one, and they're not letting up.
Good shot.
Game point 11. Service over.
Nice from Chan. But, a little too late, you sense. Still 8 more game points for Watanabe and Higashino have really turned it on in this second game, but you do sense a little lapse from the Malaysians at the same time. Well, we are going the distance here on 1. And it seems only fitting between the 3rd and 5th seeds. The 3rd seeds hauling this one back to level. A game all, 21-12, that one in favour of the Japanese. Well, it's only the second time these two teams have ever gone the distance. Last time was middle of January at the Malaysia Masters, and it was Watanabe and Higashino as top seeds in that event then that came through 21-14 in the decider. Chan and Go lead 4-2 head-to-head. We've mentioned that, but they are wrestling right now as the ranking underdogs by 2 spots. Here we go then. 1 game shootout. Who's it going to be for a place in the semi-finals? Dictatorial on this opening point.
Some of the words from Chiu Chuning, the Malaysian coach for the Malaysian pair, was that when Go and Chan, when they played the backcourt with some pace, they should move forward, could not afford to stay back. Totally agree. I think it's really important if he's also alerted Go Liu Ying to the backhand short corner being targeted, not all the time, but when the possibility occurs, then Watanabe and Higashino will try and play it past Go Liu Ying in the backhand side. It looks to me a little bit like Chan Peng-sung has sort of stiffened up a little bit and is not moving as well as he did in the first game, gotten a little bit tense outside the picture here. He's jumping up and down a little bit or shaking his legs. Normally a sign that feel a little bit limited. Some great defense there. That's well played.
He was quick to pick up on that, wasn't he? Much better from Chan, and it had to be.
1-3.
Well, Go Ying was mopping up around the net in the opening game. Not so now. It's Higashino that's kind of winning that net battle far more often.
Yeah, and she's daring to move for the straight shots there. Moving a little bit faster, being proactive.
There it is again, such disguise.
Yeah.
He winds up like he's going to absolutely unleash the fury and then just nudges it over. Watanabe,
But
high skill level.
I don't understand the Malaysians. I mean, they've tried that during all of the second game and they've lost. So what is it that makes them think that they can win that way now? I simply don't get it.
Thank you.
What's a too high liftaways?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, needs to be...
You've got to somehow try to put
more
yourself
offensive.
in a little bit better position. If you're like 10% favorite to win the rally, which is the case here, then you've got to be trying to look for going from 10 to 15% favorite.
Flatter with the lifts, right?
Flatter with the lifts. As long as you're playing them from floor level, you have no chance. You've got to play flatter and reach them higher. And this is advantage. Watanabe and Higashino.
Chan, ready to receive?
Well, commendably for the Japanese, they found an in at the beginning of game 2 and haven't really looked back since.
No, and Chan is talking a lot to Go, and that's normally a sign that Chan is really, really nervous himself.
But every now and then we see a little glimmer, don't we? Particularly from Chan, who sort of strong arms through a point like that reassuringly. But they've got to get it together fast because these two certainly have.
Living life dangerously, Chan Peng-soon, but worked out this time.
Brilliant from Watanabe, really getting hold of that. He's come to the party and he's brought his wine with him.
But if we get it in replay, look at where his feet are. That's not a good lift. That's a too flat lift. We asked them to play flat, but this is too much. Intercepted mid-court.
You need to be ready, okay? Please respect that. Play on.
Good firm umpiring.
He's a policeman. He's civilian life, Jakob Sundberg, so he's taking no crap.
4-7.
Will he have the jurisdiction to arrest Chan Peng-soon if he doesn't obey? I'm not sure. Excellent interception by Higashino.
Well, it's becoming a familiar look, isn't it, Chan, and go on the back foot. Japanese now all over this.
9-4.
Oh, nicely done. They've got all the answers right now. Is there going to be a turnaround here, or can they continue to strong arm through this one?
Good work by Higashino at the net in this rally. Brilliant.
The Japanese just disabling the Malaysians right now, and Japanese always in attack, and the Malaysians so rarely by contrast. So as we hit the turn then, 11 points to 4 for Watanabe and Higashino. The third seed's looking good now.
Mix together. Now it's okay. Now serve me my Toshi. Continue this. I then now maybe you want to drive, so you have to mate plan, then you suku. Okay? Just mate. Very good.
Well, atmosphere building in the St. Jakobshalle nicely. Badminton fans worldwide all getting excited to see finals weekend upcoming. We've semi-final Saturday and the finals on Sunday. So much more to unfold here.
11-4. Yep.
20 matches today across 2 courts. Take your pick.
Championship.
All bubbling up nicely.
Play.
Well, he's normally pretty consistent as well as powerful, is Chan, through that mid-court area. But here, just finding the tape, and that'll frustrate. Japanese will be counting themselves quite lucky there. Oh, that's terrific from Go. Now, hopefully, that'll engineer some confidence again, and she can rebuild and get up there a little bit more often. That's what they've got to do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she's got to go wild at the net, Go Liu Ying, if they're to get back in this match.
There's nothing on a badminton court for Yuta Watanabe that's irretrievable. He's just so fast and fired up. Higashino by his side, likewise. The spirit of the Japanese now quite almost overwhelming.
Yeah, this is an important point for Higashino and Watanabe here, because you can see that Go is alert, and had she gotten that one that she tried to go for, had she gotten that back, could have started something.
There's been pulverizing power from this man every now and then.
7-13.
Pulverizing.
Yeah, it's got
Pulverizing the shuttle. You see these fake table tennis balls you can get where they pulverize when you hit them? Flick serve, flat flicker to the right shoulder of Watanabe. Is it there to fire another one? They're in the right position. The Japanese.
Higashino wasn't ready.
8-13.
They should do it one more time. Doesn't dare to. Excellent play. He didn't start out too well, in my opinion, Yuta Watanabe, but my God, has he played himself into this match. Goh lost in the quarterfinal of last year's World Championships, as far as I recall. So it could be a second consecutive quarterfinal loss.
Yeah, you're right.
That's well played. There he lived up to what he was saying in the interval between, I guess it was the second and third game, that he was going to be right behind Goh and covering the mid-court area. Chan Peng-sung.
Well, a nod of acknowledgement from Chan to go there. Good, get up at the net there, go for it. She just missed. Japanese delight. Now 5-point lead. Is it enough to get them home to the last four in this tournament?
Wow.
They've got luck on their side too, as if they need that.
I think they brought their own net back home from Tokyo. Definitely the luck of the net caught twice here.
Oh, it bobbled, didn't it? Could have gone anywhere, that one.
Wide.
Well, the Japanese duo broke to the front early in this deciding game and haven't looked back. There's been no let-up in their intensity, driving this match forwards with all that they have.
Playing himself out of the rally, Chan Peng-sung.
That's the trouble, I guess, when you ram it down the line straight, you fall victim to that cross.
And he came flying from right to left as well, so
there was no recovery.
Took some split seconds to break.
Well, Watanabe's out of the men's doubles, but he's determined to stay in the mixed doubles. Semi-final beckoning now for the two Japanese.
Last little opportunity for the Malaysians, but what a great tactical game Watanabe and Higashino has played in this match. Excellent block again, giving Malaysians no chance to counter. Fantastic.
Almost home and dry.
Match point 11.
It's gone. And as they did in the Malaysian Masters against this very pair, having lost the opening game back then as well, they turn it around, get the bit between their teeth, and never look back. Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino safely through to the semi-finals of the mixed doubles here at the Total BWF World Championships, and the crowd respond for them. They were gallant and lion-hearted today. 64 minutes it took coming through in 3 close games, 21-11 in the decider. They salute their fans. It was a terrific Houdini-esque escapology from these two, showing a lot of character. The third seeds through to the last 4. You can see what it meant to them. So invested emotionally. Hard on the sleeve badminton all the way from Watanabe and Higashino. Bit of a slow start, particularly from young Yuta. And this is the match point sequence right here. Go just spilling long over the back line. Look at their reaction. Japanese delight on day 5 from Basel. Into the last 4. A skip and a jump from the coach. All smiles for Japan. Watanabe and Higashino safely through to the semi-finals. Well, Basel ranks among the world's top 10 cities for quality of living, nestled on the borders of France and Germany in the northwest corner of Switzerland. It's absolutely stunning.